Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. For this video of today, the topic is the compartmentalized working of God. The compartmentalized working of God. What does that mean? It basically means when God is working in our life, sometimes, or not most times, if not all times, it is compartmentalized. It looks like He's working here, while here He's not working. Or it looks like He answered the prayers here, and that other side is not working. Like for we, three-dimensional beings, we work in a holistic way, as in we address the immediate thing affecting us. So say you meet a homeless man on the street. So he's lying down on the street corner. Obviously, he needs a home. But what is the first thing he's going to tell you? The first thing he's going to tell you will be a financial need. Either a financial need for food, a financial need to get high, a financial need to go buy something to drink. And then once that is satiated, then there's the next one. Then the next one. Then the next one. So it's like we address things. We look at it and we attack the biggest one and go to the next one and then go to the next one. Unfortunately, that's not how God works. Why? I don't know. I guess when you reach Him in the afterlife, you can ask Him. I don't know why He works like that, but He doesn't necessarily work the way we would expect. He works compartmentalized. And so you come and you see, oh, you're praying for A. And He's silent in A. You haven't even mentioned a word about C, but C becomes a problem and the answer just shows up. Pew! And you're like, oh, what the? And then Q has a problem that you didn't even know Q was a problem because Q was a distant problem. And then He already answers Q. And you're like, can you answer A, please? And A, He's like silent. And that's how God works. Let me give you an example. And I'm not proud of this. So I was speeding and I was significantly over the speed limit. And so a cop came behind me and stopped me. And when he stopped me, of course I knew I was speeding, so am I gonna lie? I just owned up. And then come to find out my registration tags were expired. So get this, I'm speeding over the limit, significantly over the limit with unexpired tags. That means jail. That means arrest me and tow my car and send me to jail. That's what it means. And it was a white cop, so I was like, oh Lord. But you know what? He took my ID, went and ran it and came back and said, I have a perfect driving record. No ticket, no nothing. And so because of that, he feels weird trying to blemish my perfect driving record. So he was let me go with a warning. And so he sent me on my merry way with a warning for speeding and driving with expired tags. Now that is divine intervention of God. I didn't even pray. Okay, maybe when I was praying in tongues, I prayed about this. But consciously, I didn't pray about this. And yet, I see the divine intervention of God where the answer just shows up. And then some things I'm actively praying about, and it's like silence. Silence. So, this video is basically to encourage us that the working of God is compartmentalized. He doesn't work like streamlined. No, it looks like He's working in one area and one area is not working. Just because you don't see an answer does not mean He's not working. Just because you don't see an answer right now in what you're praying for does not mean there's not grace that has been released that is functional in the other area of your life. Grace is constantly at work in our lives. Even in the areas we see, the areas we don't see. The past that we are aware of, the past we're not aware of. Grace is constantly working. So just because one prayer is not being answered does not mean grace is not working. Grace is sufficiently working in our life. Grace is abundantly working in our life. Grace is working over time in our lives. God just needs to, for whatever reason, He needs to teach us a process in that area that the prayer hasn't been answered. So in everything we give thanks, in everything we praise His name. Glory to God. Glory to God.